I grew up on a farm, and for a long time, to this day, really, I think that kind of formulated me as someone who is a square peg. It's just a little bit different growing up on a farm than it is growing up anywhere else, and I kind of resented that when I was a kid. I really was jealous of all of the kids growing up in their little subdivisions where they got to go trick-or-treating in their little neighborhoods. You don't have that when you grow up on a farm. You go to your grandparents' house, but they live on a farm too, so they don't really have any neighbors either. So we would go hang out with some of my neighbors that did live in subdivisions and do our trick-or-treating there. So then when I ended up, I went away to college. I went to a small school, a small private college, and worked at the school newspaper. And when it came time I was coming up on graduation, and my advisor was helping me with writing cover letters and trying to apply for jobs. And we knew that I had one of my alumni, an alumni from my school, worked at the York Daily Record actually at the time. So I knew that I could probably at least get a job kind of freelancing with them, if nothing else. But my advisor gave me this tip. She was like, well, you need to make yourself stand out as different. Why are you appealing to the York Daily Record as a potential candidate? And her suggestion was, you grew up on a farm in York County, so like that makes you the optimal, round peg for that. So I ended up writing about that in my cover letter, ended up getting a job, and I worked there for 9 years, until a couple weeks ago I decided to start looking for a different job. And I think that experience from my college newspaper advisor, the tip that she gave me, I think that stuck in my head for some reason, and I got my first interview at this new job I was applying for, and got called back for a second interview. And I'm on my way up to Harrisburg for this job interview, and I'm talking to myself the whole way in the car, just going through all the potential questions, trying to figure out what I'm going to say. And the question I was preparing for it, like the first question, it's like, tell us a little about yourself. That's what I was preparing for, is tell us a little about yourself. So I get there, I sit down, and the first question the CEO asks me in my second interview is, tell us a little bit about your career up to this point. And I start off and I say, well, I grew up on a farm in York County. And then he says, what does that have to do with your career? And I was like, oh, that's a good question. That's kind of the thing that made me who I am. It kind of cemented this thing in me that I'm a little bit different, and I think your agency's a little bit different too. So I was able to spin it, and it's a PR agency, so that's a good thing, being able to spin something, I think. I ended up getting the job, and I'm really excited about it. But I think that the moral of the story is that you can embrace your squareness sometimes, and find the other squares like you.